Vegetarian cat, just doing what he loves to do, eat his little pellets. So, I have just bought some food for the tigers, and oh yes, these cats are the silentest cats that I have heard in my life. Not this one, this is Grandma cat, but it doesn't make a sound. Look at that. And exactly the same as his little brothers. Running all over. So I've just packed all the meat into this fridge. You have to do that quite often. I think it's a good thing if you can have most meat in one of the fridges. The chicken over here, a couple of packets of 5 kilogram chicken portions left there, and then shavings, and that fridge I just switched off and packed everything out. So what do you do when you switch off that fridge? Well, the first thing you've got to do is clean it out. Believe me, if you don't wipe all of this, there's a little bit of juices and stuff that's ran down, and you have to clean it out immediately. I'm gonna leave this right there like that, open, so I don't forget about it. Because if you forget about it and you come back in a couple of days, it will be horrific. You will be sorry you didn't clean it out. So let's just see, there's Diego over there. It's very important to make sure. Diego! Enzo! Very important to make sure you keep everything clean. If you walk past there and you get that smell from a fridge that hasn't been cleaned, believe me, it's the worst thing you can do. So, Enzo is just walking over there. He hasn't been sleeping for the whole day today. The water starting to go a bit green. He's actually drinking water that's coming from the pipes. Oh, he was just smelling something that is not really smelling very good. But the water comes through that pipe there into the pool, rainwater. And Diego is also showing him, he's just confirming it. And I bet that a tiger peed right there. I don't know which one. I don't really care which one it is, but they also know that that is what happened. Enzo just pulling his face. He is picking up all that scent. Well, there's a lot of debate around that they are picking up scent from a female, or they're looking at picking up scent from a female, and then they can actually determine if she's in heat or not. So I think they might even be storing information. They get a certain type of information from whatever it is they're smelling it. Because remember, they also did that when they smelled my blood on my finger. So I think they store that information. But it's basically them sampling the fragrance or the aroma, whatever you want to call it. Enzo is absolutely huge today. They actually change in size from day to day. If you look at them and you see their belly is a little bit swollen, yep, then they are probably 10, maybe 20 kilograms heavier than a while ago. So I've seen these tigers can get bigger and smaller all the time. It's just Diego's legs that's still a little bit short. But the stomach area, if they've eaten well for the day, you can see it on their size. And Enzo carries his weight a little bit more towards his spine. Whenever he gets a little bit bigger from eating a lot, you'll notice it in this area right up here. Just look at it. But Diego carries his weight more to the front. When he gets filled up with food, he will actually get a little bit bigger towards his chest system. They're just walking it off. They're getting ready for food, I can tell. They know so well when it's feeding time. And Diego has lost track of where Enzo is. Enzo is sneaking up on him. He's going to get a fright. Shows you how silent he is. And that was quite a shot. But that was the shot or the sound you get when a tiger gets hit on his head with his mouth open. I remember as children we used to open up our mouths and tap on our heads and we'll get that hollow sound, and it was always so funny. And I think that was just happened to Diego. And Enzo is so proud of himself. He knows that he was able to get close to Diego without him even knowing it. The only other animal that I know that is that silent is an owl. I've got an owl way up in those trees over there. And funny enough, they always point their nest, well, to the west. That is. And yesterday I was up there and that owl launched himself out of those trees and he came right at me, and I didn't hear him, I just saw him, and he was huge. So yeah, Enzo swimming. So yeah, an owl is so silent. I remember the first time, well, it was the first time my girlfriend actually came to my house. And I had an owl living in the house. Well, can you believe it? And I told her, you know what? I've got an owl in my cupboard, my clothing cupboard. I just packed out some of my clothes in one of the cupboards. And I've got an owl that sits inside, and she wouldn't believe me. And I went over there and I opened the door, and there was Mr. Owl. And she couldn't believe it. Well, she had to know then that this is the kind of guy who might have a tiger in his garden if I've got an owl in my closet. So yeah, that's something I just thought I should share about owls. That owl was actually also a rescue. I think he got some poison in back then. That was 15 years ago. And yeah, I got him, brought him home, and I pampered him a bit. And he did pass away eventually, but at least he did have some good times. And I remember him flying inside my house. Well, you all seen my house inside. There's a couple of rooms that's quite spacious, and the owl was flying through the house. So yeah, something I'll never forget, how silent an owl is. He was flying through the house. You did not hear him at all, and he would just land. It's only the landing that you hear and the taking off, but when he's gliding, you don't hear nothing. And that is why they are able to catch any, well, little bird or mouse. I don't know if they're going to be able to catch one of those big rats that I've seen lately, but I know an owl is the predator of the sky. Well guys, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed that. Just a little memories come flooding in as I'm doing a vlog. Like I said, I don't plan these things and I don't want to think about it anymore. Because you think about making a vlog and it never comes out the same way. You have to think about it the moment you say it. Thanks for watching and have a good day.